A $10 million Israeli Heron-1 surveillance drone was reportedly blasted out of the sky over Lebanon, raising immediate questions about how such an expensive unmanned aircraft could be shot down in that area. Hezbollah claims to have captured the $10 million Israeli Heron drone, a development that comes as Israeli officials are reportedly appealing to former U.S. President Trump for urgent diplomatic and military support. Hezbollah militants have boasted Heron-1 is ours now, after claiming responsibility for shooting down the drone, declaring the aircraft a prize and a symbolic victory following the strike. Sources say an Iranian-origin 358 missile was used to destroy Israel's high-endurance spy plane, a drone capable of remaining aloft for 52 hours, marking a significant escalation in the weaponry employed against Israeli surveillance assets. Hezbollah released footage showing an Israeli Heron-1 drone being shot down over Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, a dramatic visual the group presented to support its account of the incident and amplify the message to both local and international audiences. The drone was intercepted above Nal in eastern Lebanon on June 11 while conducting a surveillance mission, indicating the strike occurred during routine monitoring and at a precise time and location confirmed by the group. Hezbollah said the aircraft was downed at 4 p.m. using an advanced surface-to-air missile, a claim that highlights both the timing of the engagement and the sophisticated weaponry the group asserts it employed. The group described the operation as a direct response to alleged Israeli airspace violations over Lebanon, framing the strike as a defensive measure intended to deter further incursions. Military media footage shows the drone being detected and tracked by surveillance systems before interception, providing a step-by-step visual narrative of how the engagement unfolded according to the released material. Visuals indicate the Heron-1 was flying at an altitude of nearly 7 kilometers, suggesting the aircraft was operating at high altitude typical for long-endurance surveillance missions when it was engaged. Thermal imaging footage captured the drone's movement moments before the engagement, offering infrared evidence of its flight path and the moments leading up to the missile strike. Video sequences include clear images recorded by the interceptor missile's onboard camera, providing a first-person perspective of the engagement that the group is using to substantiate its claims. The footage shows the exact moment the missile struck the Israeli reconnaissance drone, capturing the impact in real time and underlining the strike's claimed precision. Multiple camera angles document the unmanned aerial vehicle losing control and then crashing to the ground, offering corroborating views that trace the drone's descent from different perspectives. The Heron-1 is a strategic intelligence drone built by Israel Aerospace Industries, designed specifically for long-range surveillance and high-altitude reconnaissance missions. The aircraft is widely used for surveillance, intelligence gathering, and target acquisition, making it a key asset in modern battlefield awareness and operational planning. Close-up images in the video display debris recovered from the crash site in Lebanon, showing remnants of the airframe and components that the group says confirm the drone's identity. The footage ends with the bold message Heron-1 in the hands of the Islamic resistance, a closing declaration meant to emphasize the group's claimed success and political messaging. The closing slogan was displayed in both Arabic and Hebrew languages, signaling the group's intention to address multiple regional audiences and maximize the impact of the announcement. As Iran and Donald Trump edge toward a draft deal, hostilities have renewed on the Lebanon front, with fresh cross-border incidents reported along the border area. A suspected Hezbollah drone struck an Israeli military zone in northern Israel on June 12, according to the IDF, which described it as part of ongoing border tensions. The IDF confirmed that no injuries were reported following the drone impact near the Lebanon border area. Sirens were sounded across multiple towns in the western Galilee as the drone approached the area. The IDF added that a second suspected Hezbollah drone was intercepted over southern Lebanon before it could reach Israeli airspace. The army said the drone was downed over an area where Israeli troops are currently operating near the border. Meanwhile, Hezbollah said its fighters engaged Israeli forces advancing towards southern Lebanon in ongoing clashes. The group claimed it targeted troops near the border town of Maid al-Zoun with rocket barrages during the exchanges. Hezbollah said its operatives used light and medium weapons to force Israeli units to withdraw from forward positions. The group also claimed additional attacks on IDF positions across multiple frontline areas in southern Lebanon. Amid the fresh attacks, the IDF issued evacuation warnings for 3 villages in southern Lebanon as tensions escalated. Israeli leaders fear Donald Trump's emerging Iran deal could leave Tehran stronger while leaving Israel more exposed to future security threats. Senior Israeli officials said the emerging US-Iran agreement appeared to accept many of Tehran's key demands, according to a report by Channel 12. Officials said they believed Israel's core security concerns had not been adequately addressed in the proposed framework. Israeli sources argued that Iran was not agreeing to the framework for nothing and stood to gain significant benefits from the arrangement. Officials warned that the agreement could undermine some of the strategic gains Israel believes it achieved during the recent conflict. Israeli officials also argued that the deal could help stabilize and rehabilitate the Iranian regime at a time of mounting pressure. Israeli officials said, and I quote, "This is the same framework as the agreement to end the war in Gaza. Ask yourself what has happened since then with the commitment to disarm Hamas. What will be the Americans' essential leverage if, after 60 days of a ceasefire, the Iranians do not begin the steps required of them? The credible military threat has been all but eroded. The uranium extraction has become uranium dilution, and the missile system is not part of the agreement at all. All the goals that Israel set are not immediately dealt with in the agreement. Not only is Iran not required to stop supporting proxies, it is reconnecting itself with Hezbollah through the agreement." Unquote. Amid growing concerns, Israeli media reported that Benjamin Netanyahu would convene the Security Cabinet to discuss the developing situation. The cabinet meeting is expected to focus on the implications and potential consequences of a possible US-Iran agreement. The reported criticism marks one of the sharpest Israeli reactions yet to Donald Trump's ongoing push for a peace deal with Iran. Iran has rejected Donald Trump's deal show as Tehran pushes back against claims that an agreement is ready for immediate signing. Iran publicly rejected Trump's claim that a deal with Tehran would be signed on June 14, saying negotiations have not yet reached that stage. Iranian officials said the proposed memorandum of understanding has neither been finalized nor formally approved by the relevant authorities. Fars reported that Tehran viewed the push for a signing on that specific date as a political stunt driven by Trump's domestic agenda. Iranian negotiators said the timing appeared carefully chosen to coincide with celebrations surrounding Trump's 80th birthday. Iran also linked the proposed signing date to Trump's high-profile UFC event planned at the White House the same weekend. Officials said they would not allow sensitive diplomatic negotiations to be transformed into what they described as a media or ceremonial maneuver. Trump had earlier announced on Truth Social that a deal could be signed as early as Sunday and presented it as a major diplomatic breakthrough.